The sniper took aim at the man. The man stopped in his tracks. Foreseeing the bullet's trajectory, he successfully dodged the shot. A car plunged off the cliff, about to crush him, but he ducked at the last second and escaped. Then countless heavy objects tumbled down the cliff. The situation was incredibly dangerous, but the man managed to dodge them all. Cage was a magician, though he seemed more like a sorcerer, because his performances relied entirely on prophecy. He predicted a woman's necklace would fall in 3 seconds. She didn't believe him, but sure enough, the necklace fell exactly 3 seconds later. Cage possessed the ability to see 2 minutes into the future. With this power, Cage lived a life of luxury, and never ran short of cash. Whenever he needed money, he'd simply walk up to a slot machine, and hit the jackpot with a single press. Although he never lost a bet, Cage always kept his wagers modest, because he didn't want to draw attention. This was his way of ensuring sustainable success, so Cage always knew when to quit, and kept a low profile. Despite his cautious approach, his extraordinary luck caught the casino manager's attention. Try as they might, the manager and his staff couldn't figure out what kind of cheating technique Cage was using. At one point, Cage seemed to sense their surveillance, and suddenly looked straight at the camera. The casino manager ordered his staff to detain Cage, but Cage, having foreseen his predicament, calmly extinguished his cigarette, and walked to the cashier to exchange his chips, planning his escape. Just then, a robber appeared, and immediately pulled out a gun. Coming back from his vision, Cage saw the robber appear again, and preemptively subdued him, but the arriving security guards mistook him for the troublemaker. Knowing he couldn't explain, Cage took off running. The casino manager immediately ordered security to block all exits, but Cage, with his 2-minute foresight, had already planned his escape route. First, he pretended to blow his nose, evading the first guard. Then at the corner, he naturally lit a cigarette and bent to tie his shoe. Dodging the second guard, he leaned against a slot machine, taking a deep drag, successfully avoiding the third guard's line of sight. He stopped to check his watch, perfectly timing his dodge of the fourth security team. Quickly turning into the right corridor, he slipped past the fifth guard. The security chief, watching the monitors, was practically exploding with anger. Cage unhurriedly walked into the bathroom, took off his shirt and tossed it in the trash, then casually grabbed someone else's hat. As he left the bathroom, he pretended to use a vending machine, successfully avoiding the last 2 arriving guards. Finally, he made it out of the casino. Cage tossed away the hat, and smoothly slid into a convertible, before driving away with confidence. The fuming casino manager saw this, and immediately reported the license plate to the police. The police response was swift, and soon, 2 patrol cars appeared behind Cage, pursuing him relentlessly. Despite his impressive driving skills, he couldn't shake off the police pursuit, which caused him to lose focus on road conditions, resulting in an accident. Cage's fate